It's like Ben Fogel. We like, bro, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. When I get back, I'll hope you finish. But that's who told me how to write, bro. You stick that many lyrics in a space this big.
Yeah.
Well, y'all can't see that. So what we doing? We got to do it.
I hit the record button already, man.
Fuck yeah. Get down. I like
Just
that.
get down to it.
So, yeah.
But yeah, if you want, I mean, I could jam some intro music for you. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and do that right now? And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Riff. I'm joined in Robert, Louisiana. Shawz right here.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? That is some fucking killer intro music, man.
You like? That's me doing the shrills.
That's fucking awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Me and my buddy Blaine, man, we came up with that. Like, just, what can we do? So I had the great idea. How about we do like the Scooby-Doo type of like, lyrics and just keep it really nasty and simple, and it works.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Reminded me of some Glenn Benton in the Legion days.
Oh wow!
Revocate the adjective.
I will take it, man. So thanks for letting me be here, man. Thanks for the fried red snapper, dude. That shit was as good as it comes.
I'm very humbly thankful for that opinion, and thank you, Kelly Pete, for that donation, buddy. I know you might kick my ass later, but enjoy your time. Thank you, buddy.
Oh yeah, dude. So man, reason why we've been trying to get together for this podcast for quite some time, probably since whenever I first had the idea for the podcast back in October of last year. I met you back at the Poor Boys bar, and it was the I Hate God and Goat Whore shitload concert.
That was a beautiful day.
That was a great day, man. That was a great day.
Poor Boys, that was Poor Boys in like, I guess you could say full form again. Like, getting it with the metal crowd. It was great to see everybody there, man. Total Hell was there. Fucking, goddamn Sick Thoughts. I fucking love me some Sick Thoughts. Of course, Bobby. Pardon me, the artist formerly known as Bobby Bergeron. Love you, bro. And I got the pallbearers too, man.
Yeah.
The pallbearers were fucking great. I guess the greatest part of the show for me, bro, was whenever I got to throw the trash can. Ain't nobody threw the fucking trash can through the whole night. And I don't know how Gary Mater didn't notice me standing with a trash can right beside the stage, but I took the bitch and I threw it. And you can tell some people were there that didn't exactly know what was happening. They got hit with the trash can and they looked at me pissed off, and I just smiled the biggest I could because it wasn't about them.
Yeah.
I would have taken my ass kicking for that.
Yeah,
man. But it was like that day, it felt to me like, I guess for me, the old acid bath days. Like, it felt like everybody was there. A lot like Creepy Fest 2 felt. I hope them things kick off, man, again, and I hope they do really, really well this year. I hope to be able to go back see them. Up here in Robert, it's in case you could see, y'all can't see, but it's pretty country out here.
It's a lot of country, a lot of wooded areas.
God's country.
God's country.
Damn it.
Yeah. Filled with, there's like a Bass Pro Shop just down the road from us.
You serious?
Yeah. I pulled up next to it. I was like, I'll be down.
Bruh, it's got a lot more than, I'm thankful just not to see marsh.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. But honestly, we had to move away from the city for a minute, but hopefully we're going to get back there soon. I feel at home over there.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Y'all got to watch out here in the country. They got everything's trying to eat you, including the insects.
Oh, yeah. That's probably what gets you the most. I know mosquitoes love me for some reason.
Oh, no. I have a very, very long, like, when look, there's Shawz, let's go get a buzz. What the fuck? He's only got weed. Anyway.
So the reason why I'm here is just to hear your musical journey. Cool. And we can go as far as back as like when Shawz was born. And
I didn't hear too much back then. I mean, in utero, I don't remember. But my parents were very young, and my father passed away, and my mother was 16 years old as well. Was he, and he passed away. Well, I was raised by, you can say, dominantly her parents, the Terrebonne side of my family. Uh-huh. And then the Leger side of the family, I was never kept away from my dad's side of the family. I always went there. So with my dad's side of the family, my grandpa played accordion and was originally from Port Barre, Louisiana.
Really?
Right down the road.
Yeah.
And he played accordion and I guess wasn't quite making it financially. I don't know. I really don't know the story, but my grandpa somehow ended up in the South Fouche area playing accordion and stuff. And that's some of my earliest memories, seeing the ad channel down the bayou with Cajun, like Vin Bruce, or the Trita band playing while the ads were like, you want to buy a boat? And then it's music in the background, but it's just like computer typed. It looks like hypertext, actually.
Yeah.
Like, can I walk up to that and touch it? I don't know why I just sounded like
Boom out, like King of the Hill.
God damn.
God damn.
Can I go and touch it? It would be great, but that's where it started initially. My dad's parents, that's where I know some Zydeco, but I like the tradition of the not having drums in Cajun music. It's more like you first, like, you know how the Carters, when they started with Appalachian music,
yeah,
it was Mama May. A lot of people don't know this.
I know the Carters.
Mama Maybell, she's that doom chicka doom.
Yep.
She's the one that came up with that. A woman, like you see, country dominated by men, and yes, I do like country, believe it or not, but old country, like Hank Williams.
I'm with you on that.
Like Hank Senior stuff. You didn't see a drummer in that.
No,
you had slide, fiddle, stand-up bass, or I don't know if they ever had regular bass back then.
No, I think all they had was just stand-up,
or maybe a baritone guitar or something like that to cover it if they didn't. But I like that tradition. That's what made Hank Williams come here, because Cajun music was like, all it was country music with an accordion, and he saw that and he loved it down here, from what I understand. But also. Then you have my mother's parents, who are 10 years younger than my father's parents. This is where Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, Jerry fucking Lee Lewis. If Elvis Presley's the goddamn king of rock and roll, then Jerry Lee Lewis is the king of heavy metal.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion. But that's where that came from, like a lot of Chitlin Circuit stuff, some Otis Redding even. And then my mom, who is only 15 years older than me, that's where I learned about Velvet Underground, Alice Cooper, Zebra, Black Sabbath, all the good shit, Deep Purple. Ian Gillan's one of my all-time favorite vocals. Like, that dude is, like, I heard a remaster of Child in Time, and I'm just, oh God, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be striving the rest of my life to be able to do that. I've never sung clean. That's like, there's nothing I've ever done that has clean vocal to it. Because I was told at a very young age that I would never make nothing of myself screaming. And that's all I ever wanted to do. But I don't know. Hey, if anybody out there wants to do something clean, take a risk, come find me. But that's where that came from. And then from there, I took the reins. It's always been a steady progression of music. My mom's always brought me to, like, I don't know, rumor has it, I think she might have dated Felix Heinemann, and I remember going to, like, shows at the Lights Fantastic, and, like, I think I'm maybe 3 years old, and walking in with her, like, checking out, seeing the mixing boards, and I'm just, like, overwhelmed with it. You see the lights, the stage, the guitars and the amps, and as a kid, I'm just like, what the fuck? I want to do this. Like, this looks cool. And then when finally getting to see it is another thing. I mean, it's fucking amazing. And from there, I think I saw when La Bamba came out. And shortly after that, I witnessed my cousin Marty Charpentier. He used to sing for a group called Made of Hate from Florida. And I saw him trying to learn chords on his bass. And my grandpa was trying to teach him from his accordion. He's like, don't think of letters. Think of it as a shape in your hand. This is a circle. This is a box. This is a line. And I can't play a musical instrument to save my fucking life. You ever see me with a guitar on stage, bro? Get me off. But, like, after seeing Richie Valens, like, in La Bamba, I was like, holy shit, this dude was... it didn't matter to me that he was Hispanic.
Yeah.
I just saw, this dude's 16 years old, bro, and look at this, dude. I mean, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then I just started listening to, like, all my mother's records I would rip off. Like, I literally stole her whole peach crate of records when she moved away and was like, no, you lost that. Yeah, Scott. They also had weed in that. I don't know what you're talking about, Mama. I swear to God that I admitted to it when I was 21. That was like 15 years later. But it's funny. But from there, music's always been a steady progression of harder, heavier. I don't want to use the term faster because fast to me doesn't nor necessarily mean heavy.
Right.
I mean, like I'll listen to Sleep and think that shit's heavy. I listen to Mule Skinner and I fucking like that's fast and I'm like whoa. I listen to Discordance Axis and I think it's heavy, but I could also listen to Earth and think it's heavy too.
Yeah. It's like each band or each musical genre you just touched upon, it's extreme in its own way. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing that I really appreciate about, these different subgenres of metal and hard rock even.
Yeah, I mean, even some listen to some industrial. That's where my roots came from, like
right.
in Shrum and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it, and Audie Pitre taught me how to listen to music from all different angles. Like, no, you're just hearing one thing right now. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? It's like when we're writing a Shroom riff, I'll play a riff or we'll play whoever's riff and we take it, we play it fast. Mm-hmm. We play it slow. Mm-hmm. We play it harmonizing. We try to stretch it every which way we can so that way we know when we put it, it could fit here, it could fit here, it could go everywhere. I mean, music writing I come from it, I think, also from an old school aspect. Like, I think Mike Sanchez said to me that a lot of vocalists hear the, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Mike, so please have mercy, but he writes the guitar. He could write a whole song and then just like not hear a vocal over it at all.
Yeah.
And then I believe the vocal would be plucked from the melody of the song, which that's exactly how I write. But some people believe that if you're sitting there with lyrics, you do it the opposite. And like that, but just, I think, Mike, I hope this is right. I'm sorry, I love you, dude. But like Mike writes from a very old school psychedelic, like almost Donovan-esque, like those old school writers,
yeah,
like Lou Reed and stuff. Like those cats write from a different perspective, not only because of LSD, of course.
Yeah,
but, I mean, I think music has become so diluted nowadays that, I mean, if people just sat there and said, all right, we're gonna you sit there with a bunch of like names on a piece of paper and you just start pointing to one. We are going to be Mediterranean throat singing death metal. And next thing you know, it's there. It's sort of like porn. Look me up, Rastafarian midget snuff porn. Do it. I dare you.
Is that a thing?
I dare you right now. Look it up. It's a thing. But that's actually a meme. One of my friends wrote. But it was funny, man. This shit was funny as hell.
Yeah. So let's talk about Shroom. Let's talk about Shroom wasn't your first band, was it?
My very first band was a little group in junior high school called Fault Line. It consisted of me on vocals at first, then Daniel Doobie Bourne from down the bayou, Jace Crosby, and a guy named Mark Sheremy.
For those who are not from Louisiana, please explain to them where is down the bayou.
Down the bayou is South Lafourche.
There you go.
It's from La Rose, cut off Galliano, Golden Meadow, the Pointe Saucisse, which is unincorporated Golden Meadow right across the Golden Meadow Bridge. And that's where I'm from, as well as a little bit in Golden Meadow. And that's when you hear down the bayou, that's the place.
Yeah. And see, my family being Soleils from Dulac.
You from the West.
From the West. And but we still had our, we were up the bayou and all that. So
yeah, but it's amazing how, like, people think, I don't know how it was. I imagine, well, Delcombe's just like growing up in Golden Meadow.
Pretty much.
The geographic location. People think we come from the
swamplands
up here, like where we go frogging, and people don't realize crawfish isn't salt water. and like frogging, frog legs and all, people love that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't. That doesn't come from where we're from. We have shrimp, and it's more salt. It's brackish water, but it's more on the salt end. Uh-huh. Like, people from, I hate to use this term, but it is what I am. I'm a coon-ass. And when people from the place where coon-ass is settled over here, Acadiana, which is the Lafayette area, say that, oh, you're coon-ass.
Yeah.
It kind of says something. But a lot of people see us as like, because of the simple way we talk and everything, we all grew up like we're steeped in poor culture, and we just learned how to make it work.
Exactly.
And I love how we, like, mostly anyone with a like sort of derogatory term attached to them, how when they make it theirs, it's theirs.
Yeah.
And now everybody wants to get offended at any other title. Look, bud.
Yeah.
Get with the times. If you're gonna get offended, all I could say is get a thicker skin. Yeah. Because I love these millennials. I love them, man. I really, really do. My sons are millennials.
Oh, as are both of mine too.
Liam Maddox, I love you. Yeah, you got a 19-year-old.
Got a 19-year-old. Yeah.
I think I got a 17 and a 15, if I'm remembering.
I got 19 and 17-year-old.
Yep, I got a Liam and Maddox. How you doing, boys? If you hear this, love you. And I got a daughter named Harley that's 23. She just became a registered nurse.
Wow.
You are the shit, kid. Like, she, first of all, I'm an anomaly in death metal or any kind of extreme metal. If I see blood, I will pass out. Now, we're not talking gore blood. I'm talking like if somebody, like, gouges off a finger or something, I'm no good.
So you're not the guy carving Slayer into his arm.
Fuck that. I'll get a tattoo, bro, because, I mean, I know what's up, but I'm not going to sit there consciously and go, no.
So let's circle back to a Fault Line.
Okay.
What type of music inspired Fault Line?
Covers.
Okay.
Like, we were trying to expand towards that. You got to understand, this is like, I was a child, like 12, 13 at that time, and starting to get into 13. I was like really starting, and I got to sing one song from my junior high school class, which I don't know how the hell I screamed in Fade to Black, but I fucking let out some in it, and you'll never make nothing of yourself screaming, one of the members said, and that's what drove me. And then I proceeded to get into another band called Lucretia, which Paul Chasson, who happens to sing for Omen of Rumen, they're a great band.
That is a great band. I saw them at Freetown Boom Boom Room in Lafayette, and I mean, dude, like, I was totally blown away by them. And that's if y'all listen to this, Omen Ruin, we need to get together and do a podcast.
Oh man,
They're so good.
You don't understand. I've been saying for years their guitar player, Jackie Benoit, he would be the greatest fucking radio announcer. That it's like, bro, he's got a real smooth voice. Sammy could vouch for this. Hey, bro, I could do it. I'm telling you. But Jackie's like, yo, dog, what's happening? Bro, he sounds like he'd be the perfect fucking soothing voice for a late, like not Dee Schneider. Hey, this is Dee Schneider. No, Jack's like, yo, dog, what's happening? You got Jackie Benoit. Late night, you heard me?
Yeah.
We're going to be checking out some good shit tonight, you heard me? Oh, shit, I did it again. I'm sorry, y'all. Chill out. We're going to listen to something. It's Bad Brains. I love that dude, though, man. Yes, definitely. I think they got a new drummer, TJ LeBlanc. He's fucking killer. And Paul's a great vocalist. That's where I was going with this. I went to this band, Lucretia, which was Joey Ogell on drums, Wilson Cherami on bass, a guy named Jerome Guidry on guitar, and another guy named Dallas Just Claire on guitar, who later played in my band, DIE. And I was supposed to be going right a bayou. I wanted to be a rock journalist. I originally in my life wanted to be a voiceover actor for cartoons.
Dude.
And I wanted to be a rock journalist like your boy Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
That's who I wanted to be, like that. Like
you and I have very similar dreams.
Well, and I took that and I was like, you know, where's your guy Paul, man? He couldn't make it for a vocal that day. He was working or something. Like, all of us as kids worked, man. Like,
yeah.
And, like, I guess he wasn't there for that. So he's like, the guitar player, hey, man, you want to listen to some stuff and jam? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And we did, and then it started that, all right, man, you're going to sing for us. Well, what about Paul? Oh, he's not with us. So I was like, okay. So I would practice on one day with Lucretia. And Paul would practice on another day because he is the original vocalist. And it was like that for years. Me and him had a misunderstanding of how things were. And then I finally worked for him. And we got to sort it out. And over that time, man, Paul has soared with his vocals. Like him holding his... He could hold a vocal for like an extraordinary amount of time. I hope you get that interview. But I never formally got to do any cassette or a formal show with him. But I still considered that a stepping stone because that's when I decided I'm gonna stream my ass off.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna show people, and that's what I did. I streamed my ass off with them, and eventually that fizzled out. So I started just jamming, like, here and there with people, and one day I was in a shed and just jamming some Pantera, like singing a new level. And I had my eyes closed the whole time because, contrary to popular belief, I am very shy. And I closed my eyes, and whenever I came up, said, "At power," however the hell I did that, I opened my eyes, and there was Audie Pitre. And I was just, holy shit, hey, dude, it's you.
It's you.
And it was my friend Godzuki, who played bass in Fatality 22. He was with him, and he was like, cool, man, you're pretty good at that. Uh-huh. And I mean, man, I'm a 14-year-old kid at that time. It's like, cool, man.
And yeah, they're about what, 10 years older than us?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I believe so. Yeah, Tommy Viatar, the drummer, is he's good. He's exactly 10 years older than me. Tomas is great too. I'll get to that too.
Yeah.
Then so I didn't say nothing. I accepted the comment, dude, and I was like, oh my god. The fucking bass player from that, like, dude, I was a kid from the bayou. I mean, I didn't get out much above the intercoastal.
Right on.
So that was big to me. And after that, Zook had called me and said, hey, Brad, you want to go check out Dax? He's going to be trying out for he's going to be singing for Shrum at Tommy Viatar's house. I'm like, wait a minute. You mean the Tommy Viatar? Like the drummer for Disincarnate, the jam with James Murphy, Tommy Viatar? He's like, yeah. I had just bought a Metal Edge magazine and pulled out a picture, like the cutout of the inside cover was Disincarnate, one of the few band pictures they had. They were a 4-piece, but this is when they had their touring bass player. Tim and Tommy sort of look kind of similar. Sorry, buddy. But like, it freaked me out that I was about to go watch, first of all, the bass player from my favorite band, Acid Bath, and then Tommy Viator, the guy who went to Florida and, like, drummed with, like, hung out with the guys in Cynic and like, hung out with Steve DiGiorgio and shit, and, like, all the names that we all here, like, grew up on, the Obituary fellas and shit. And I was just blown the fuck away. And then they had Joe Fontenot, the other bass player. He was in some cover stuff and all at that time, and this was the first thing I'd ever seen him, like, do that was outside of the realm of covers and all. You got to understand, DTB, as they say, you got UTB and DTB. DTB is down the bayou, UTB's up the bayou, and then you have one more direction, across the bayou.
Yep. It
depends on which side the bayou you're standing, but you always go across the bayou.
That's correct.
So, but anyway, Joe, like, these guys were together playing, and then that's where I got the idea. I see Dax sitting in a room, and he's like, "Hey, man, how are you?" This is how I got the name Doughboy from Mike Sanchez. I always had a bag of prefabbed rolled joints ready to go. Like, "Hey, man, you want to smoke some weed?" I had to figure out that Sammy didn't smoke no weed. One day, bro, it's going to happen. Pound for pound, dude, it's going to happen. We going to do this, dude. I'm gonna smoke a joint with Sammy, do it. Even if I gotta hot box him in a fucking cloth. I don't care. I'm smoking with him. I know, fuck you, Scott. Anyway, Sammy didn't smoke. Found out Mike and Dax did, and Jimmy. Well, and Audie's like, "I like the way it smells." So, all right. So that's how I pretty much pried my way into there. I was at every show I can possibly be at. I've seen Acid Bath an absurd amount of times. A lot. Down to their... I've seen them their final show with Audie, and then their final show at the Shreveport Municipal, which that was a fun thing in itself. Like, being able to stand in the Elvis Presley and Hank Sr.'s fucking dressing room, and, like, I was looking around and just all my jaw just dropped. But after that, I see Dax sing, which gave me the melody for Tears of a Marionette, singing, "I eat the bullet gracefully." Y'all thought I was going to sing that, huh? Not this dude. But that was the melody that I got. I hear the whisper back in me. And then it was so fucking funny. Dax is always, yeah. And I was like, "I hear the whisper back in me, yeah." Stops the song. No. I don't care what you say. Just don't say yeah. So I went, yes. And that's how that came about. But, like, Dax was singing, so I thought that was the end I was ever going to hear of any about that. Mm-hmm. Like, you had all the boys that were from the cutoff, like, our South Lafourche area, and Dax was from Morgan City. Well, they have this show with Shredding Lettuce, which is a band that Joseph played with. By the way, happy Memorial Day, Joseph. Joseph is now a career military man. I don't know what's his rank in the U.S. Army, but that dude's one of them dudes that'll puts his life on the line. Thank you, Joe. And, his band, Shredding Lettuce, was playing a show with a band from Louisiana called Fuel, but had to change their name to Fractured. Jeff McCarthy of, he's by himself, he does solo work, Jeff McCarthy. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's McCartney or McCartney, but brother, you killer. Jeff played drums in it, and I believe the singer went on to form a band called Slow the Knife, and the bass player was in another group called Sofa. I can't quite remember their names.
Great name.
But at that show, I was walking up, and I was 16 years old. And I was like, hell yeah, finally another show, because the only show I had seen there previous to that was Acid Bath with Destitute Savior opened up the show. It was March 23rd, I want to say 93? 93 or 94, they played the Rose Civic Center, and everybody that formed the band in the Down the Bayou music scene, with the exception of maybe a few, was at that show.
Damn.
Like, when we saw Sammy and Audie and all doing that shit up on stage, like, man, if they can do that, we can do that too. And we did it. Like that's what fueled us. But Shrum was a springboard for me. Well, anyway, back to Dax. So I'm walking up at this show to pay to get in, and Joseph Fontenot's sitting at the front, and he's like, "Hey man, come here." I'm like, "All right, let me pay. You want to try out for Shrum?" I'm like, "Bro, quit fucking with me." And I walked inside. Well, at that time, Tommy Viator he's walking out. I guess, I don't know what he went get, a drink or something from the side, and we see him walk out from the left, and he's like, "Hey, bro, what's happening?" Tommy's always been the mellowest dude. He's, "Hey, bro, come see. I want to ask you something." I looked at the chick I was with, and I'm like, "Oh, my God. This might," like in my head, it clicked, this might be real.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, bro, look, you want to come try out for Shrum?" And that's when I'm like, just like, "You serious?" He's like, "Yeah, come see. Let's go talk to Audie." So went grab Audie, and we went sit in his grandmother's station wagon, a little blue station wagon. I'm not sure if it's a Cavalier or not, but I think it's a late 80s model, probably 87 or something like that. It was like when the little cars started. It looked like a Chevette if you stretched it out. But it was great. So we went talking there. He's like, "Hey, bro, I want you to come try out for Shrum." And I'm like secretly inside going, but I'm keeping it together.
How old are you at this point?
14, like, just on the end of being 14.
Wow.
And I think it was right at the end of my 10th grade year. And it was great. Like, I became like a little fucking Jim Morrison, and like had a Walkman with a cassette that I kept on. See, they got mad at me because Tommy Viator, we would do recordings through his stereo in his house, and oh God rest her soul, Miss Ann, I love you. Mr. Dennis and Miss Ann, Tommy's parents, would be literally in the next room, and talking so like screaming my ass off. They playing bass, and it was funny because every time Miss Ann would come in, I would shut the fuck up. Miss Ann would come in, Audie and all would be jamming. You know, Audie with his back and forth motion, he never could stop that, and also you couldn't stop it more because he played on a Morley wah. And he's back, and why you stop saying? Oh, hey, Miss Ann, how you doing? Hey, Mom. Bruh, that woman made this sugar-free root beer and this freaking pizza, man, that they could still touch it over there. I mean, Tommy, it was passed down to Tommy,
yeah.
Bro, but that place made me feel real at home as a kid. Well, I asked about Dax. I'm like, "What's up with him?" He's like, "Bro, he lives over there in Houma. I'm pretty sure he's busy trying to do some of his other stuff. I want to try to keep this down the bayou."
Yeah.
All righty then. That's cool. So fast forward, we supposed to play this show at Toucans in Houma. And I don't know what happened, if a miscommunication happened, but it ended up that it was going to be like we wanted to play anyway. It was only going to be like a 15-minute set, like set up to do 2 songs, then get off. Mm-hmm. I had Jimmy and Mike really weren't down for it, so they were like, "Well, man, I mean, 15 minutes," which I understand now, but as a kid, I was pissed.
Yeah.
But fast forward now, I really do see what they meant. And so, fellas, I love you. Anyway, after that, we rode down, ironically, all the way down the Houma shortcut. And at the end of the Houma shortcut, I thought, this is where this question popped up. I was like, "Hey, man, so am I still trying out for Shrum?" And Audie said, "I can't think of anybody doing it with anybody else." And so I'm like, "I'm in." And like that was the point I consider of my life. That was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like this is the starting point of, like, the real starting point of where things are going to start to move. And then, of course, tragedy happened, and we ended up having to record posthumously, Joseph doing both parts on the our Shrum release, Red Devils and Purple Ringers, and me doing all the vocal, except the only thing I didn't do, there was one part in Drip. I didn't do that. Tommy did his part. That was a layering thing with Joe, and I did all the vocal on the rest, and wrote all the lyrics and all. But as a kid, man, it was like I thought it was over.
Yeah.
Like, I thought after that, I'm like, okay, what do we do? What do I do? I'm a singer, but I don't know what to do. So I started going back to where I started. Like, I just started going to shows again, and then I fucking lit a fire under my ass, and I was like, you know what? If Audie could build a band from people from the Bayou, I'm gonna build one too. That's when I went to talk to Keith Kramer, Barry Bain, Rishu, and not, at the time he wasn't in the band, but Shane Troxler from formerly of Demise, Skin Crawl, Like Water. I don't know if he was in anything else, but he was with us for a minute. We played our first show with his band, for which Factor 8 gave us our chance in DIE to play our first show with the Trojan in like 2000. Holy shit, 23 years ago. Wow. But after that, we formed Dope Boy in the Infinite Excess. That's what it was first called. And I was trying to honestly play off of the name Melancholy and the Infinite
Sadness.
But you know what's bad? I cannot fucking stand Billy Corgan's vocals.
A lot of people can't.
It's like, he sounds like your boy Mort off of the Jerky Boys or Family Guy. Hi, I'm going to sing you a song. Hi. Today is the great... Bruh, get the fuck out of here. Bruh, did Courtney Love take your manhood? I got to know that. Anyway, that's another thought. Hey, Courtney, if you hear me, baby, how you doing, mama? I'll take a bullet. Never mind.
No.
Okay, anyway, move it.
What the fuck?
That was beautiful. Nah, man, I've been having a big crush on Courtney for a while, but honestly, Winona Ryder, sweetheart, she's still out there, and you hear me.
She's still out there. I just watched her on Stranger Things last night.
I know. I know. Isn't she gorgeous? Never mind. That's a different subject. Music, Scott. But after DIE, like, it was one of the periods in my life I took like a 3-year break from music, and I was like, I'm not doing nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I want to dedicate time to my kids. And I got to dedicate a lot of great time with my sons, like at times, but a lot of unquality time with their mother.
Right.
But
I can relate.
she's great. I mean, she's great no matter what transpired between us both. I love her for giving me 2 of the greatest sons I ever had. I apologize to Sarah. I love her. And but I know nothing's ever going to heal that. I hope one day I get to see my sons, man. It's one of the great gifts I carry with me every day, and I can't let go. But I hope I will. Anyway, moving forward. After that, I had that period of trying to do that, but I always felt like something was missing. And I just said it to myself, and like quietly to myself, doing something one day. I'm like, man, I wish I could jam again. And out of nowhere, I start listening to Flesh Parade's Kill Whitey, just for no reason. I'm like, man, I remember that band. I'm going to check them out again. So I started listening to them a lot. And I was painting houses at the time, and I was standing on a steeple, painting like the one before last rung at the top of a 32-foot ladder, like waving in the wind, looking like a rubber band. Well, I got a call on one of my first phones, and it's my buddy BJ that played guitar in DIE, Barry Baynard. He's hey, Bray, you never gonna guess what? Jason Pilgrim left Flesh Parade. They need a singer. Like, get the fuck out of here, really? Like, fuck it, dude. Send him an email and send him my phone number. The next day, I'm on the same steeple trying to give it a second coat. And I get a call from a weird-ass area code. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who is this? Hello? Hey, is this Scott? I'm like, yeah. Hey, this is Renee from Flesh Parade. No, for real. Who is this? Stop fucking with me, dude. And I clicked. I thought it was BJ. He called me back.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, this is really Renee. Oh, shit. Hey, man, how you doing? What's up? Like, you want to come try out here? Like, yeah, man, yeah. And ended up going try out for about a month before I heard who was, if this guy would have came down, I love this guy as a vocalist. He's a great friend of mine, John Breedlove.
Yeah. From
Blood Drunk, and he was in a Nihilistic Quota, Crack Fight. What's the other one? Sheeple with old Lizard. What's up, Lizard? if he would have came down and tried out for Flesh Parade, I feel like I did not feel threatened by anybody as far as vocals for Flesh Parade. I heard he was supposed to be my first competition, and I'm like so thankful that he didn't, because I was like, wait, if you listen to Conflict Spawns Aggression, Peanut Butter and Dexedrine, that song, bruh, that sounds like Jason Pilgrim. It's fucking beautiful, and but I'm thankful that didn't happen. And then the next person that became my competition was a person who became a lifelong friend. He might not say that about me anymore, but I love you, big man. I really do. Matt Russell. I met Matt Russell of Class Old, Tire Fire, Mangina. I think that's all of his bands. I'm not sure if he did anything else, but he did some great things. And I think he managed King Louie's band. Rest in peace, Lou. He did a lot of great things, like Class Old, some of the greatest fucking hardcore that they got in New Orleans to me, man. As well as, like, dude, Mangina.
Paul Webb was in Mangina, wasn't he?
Yeah. Wait. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I do believe he was. Yeah, man. Paul from Spickle, too, man.
Yeah.
I've been on. See, I'm a vinyl junkie. And I went and asked Paul before we left New Orleans. I'm like, hey, Paul, man, you think I could get a fucking Spickle record? And he's like, you could fucking get me one? I'll give you one. And I love that dude, man. But, yeah, it's pretty much, that. And, I ended up getting the part in Flesh Parade, and Matt ended up going into Siberia. And, I mean, great things happened for him. Hope he's doing good. And then after that, I mean, I jammed with him, and then pretty much had me another period of where I was like, you know what? I'm giving up metal. I'm going to wear Guy Harvey shirts and fish, and I'm just going to fish. And, dude, I love to fish. I love the potential to go offshore. I don't care what I'm wearing. Guy Harvey. Oh, well, I'm going to be wearing Guy Harvey because, goddamn it, you don't fry in a black. You don't wear a black T-shirt on a boat.
No, you can't. You can dehydrate. You fucking fall out.
Yeah, and besides, you should be drinking if you're on that vessel. But that'll dehydrate you, too. That's the point I was making. But to pull up something that could potentially eat you from the ocean floor, I heavily enjoy. So that's the life I was trying to live again with my sons. And then some bad shit happened. I made some bad decisions and had to leave Mississippi. So I left Mississippi, and they got a lot of great bands from out there too, like Killhammer. I love me some Killhammer. Kerry Thibodeau's band, Zach Nodder, fucking old Rowdy. Ow! I think Joel Stepp plays with him. What's up, Dub? And that's the only ones I know from there. But they had Blood Churn, Dead for 10 Weeks, in Unsela Court. I mean, that another one from up north that Greg from Sounding used to be in was another group called That Yellow Bastard. I love both those bands. Sounding and That Yellow Bastard are fucking amazing. But pretty much after that, I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I left Mississippi, and I was missing my sons a lot. They're in a deep depression and started drinking a lot.
What year is this?
This is 7 years ago.
Okay. 2015?
Yeah. By 2015, when I went back down, I went back, lived DTB, and I was trying to work back in the oil field and stuff. You know, there was a period in my life when I didn't have long hair. I had high and tight hair, wore a tie, and went to work, and was head of shipping and receiving for a company. I mean, head of receiving for a company, and it was fun, but I still wanted to. So my life always pulled towards music. So anyway, Flesh Parade hits me out of the blue and says, hey, dude, let's do a double show at the Twist of Lime where you and Jason Pilgrim both do vocals. I'm like, no shit.
Damn.
I'm like, so yeah. So we ended up doing it with The Void, the Great Void from out there in Metairie or Kennebra, I don't know which one. And I just, like, we did the show with them. I didn't do anything with them. Then we did another Flesh Parade show, I want to say 2 years later or a year later, when Vince from The Void got his divorce. The first one was his, I think the first one was his marriage show, and the last one we played at the Twist of Lime was with his for his divorce show. But at that time, I got to be friends with the Void and all, like JP and Shane.
Yeah.
And what's up, old man? And Paul and all. And that's when, around that time, they hit me with, do you want to do vocals for the Void? I was dead drunk, passed out, and I got a call, and it was Vince. And Vince like, hey, dude, what you doing? I'm drunk, sleeping. What you want to do? What's happening? Like, hey, bro, you want to come try out for the Void? I got Shane on the phone with me. And Shane's like, you all right, bro? Like, yeah, man, I'm fine. All right, yeah, the Void, yeah. Where you want me? Thursday, where? Fountain Blue, what number? Yeah, that? Okay, I'll be there. Just one of you send me a text with your number. And I fell back asleep for 2 days until Thursday. And I woke up on Thursday, and my sister tells me, hey, you realize you're supposed to be there for some audition today? I'm like, where? Fountain Blue, Shane, Vince. This is all I got, Scott. I knew this was important. Love you, Gabby. I ended up waking up and fucking taking off, getting there like 10 minutes early, and they're like, hey, bro, you want to do a song with us? Like, and Paul was still there, their vocalist. I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking right. And we did Real Hip No Romance. And then they start telling me, hey, bro, well, we haven't let them know that we're going to get you to do vocals yet, but they did it in a real classy way. And Paul's still friends. We're all still, like, great friends and stuff. But, like, it freaked me out that he was like, oh, I'm honored that it would be him. And dude, that I'm a very, very humbled person. Like, there are some instances I'm arrogant. A lot of instances people may say. But, man, I'm at the root of me, I'm a Cajun boy from the bayou down the bayou. I'm still that kid that used to pull 2 pieces of wood nailed together with a fucking piece of rope down a ditch and pretend like it was a boat.
Yeah.
And I did the Void thing, and that was great. And that was my last thing I really did. And then I started working for Poor Boys. I worked for a place called Calhoun Trading Company for a little while, a guy named Chad Rogers. And then I started working for Poor Boys. And I was just working so much I didn't have time really to do anything.
I, too, had worked offshore for a long time, from 2005 up until I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease in 2014. And because of that, I missed out on a lot of good live gigs, a lot of live shows.
It does.
And sad to say, I told us to Sammy, I said, dude, I never saw y'all live. Believe it or not. As long as y'all been in existence, I never saw y'all live. I seen Asabat when I was younger, but never saw Goat Whore live. So the first time I saw him was whenever I met you at Poor Boys. And but I did see you perform at Howlin' Wolf with, I think it was the Void's last show.
Yeah, I did it with that was, I think we closed the books on the Void that night, and I think that was the last time we were doing a double vocal show. Renee told me I was supposed to sing one song that night up there, and Jason ends up tapping me, says, son, I hope you brought your lunch. I'm like, why? Because you're singing more than one. I gave him a big hug and did it with honor, man. To be able to step in Jason Pilgrim's, like, not his shoes, but, like, into a role like Kill Whitey was a very, very monumental album. Like, people ask me that all the time. You don't get offended that people love Kill Whitey more than Dirty Sweet? I love Kill Whitey more than Dirty Sweet. I mean, you can't take that away. That was the first real grindcore I heard besides Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Soylent fucking Green from Glenn Rambo days till their end is like, dude, I love Soylent Green is my favorite fucking band. And like Brian Patton and Scotty right now, just them with Tommy and fucking Ben on vocal. Dude,
Yeah. I get the same way when we start talking about Soylent Green, man.
Like, dude, I will sincerely fucking, oh my God! That would happen. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's great. Like, I love that band. Like, I still, Glenn Rambo was a friend of one of my mother's boyfriends at the time who happened to get rid of a lot of herb in the city.
Yeah.
And he's actually the guy that bankrolled their first T-shirts and stuff.
Oh, cool.
It was like I think it was called a dory etching, and it was two angels standing in a haze of like spiraling angels or something. It was, I don't know, Lucifer rising or something. I don't know, but it had the Soylent Green logo at the top. And that's when I met Glenn. The first day I met Glenn Rambo, I saw my first dead body in the quad.
Wow.
It was weird because we're all smoking Philly Titan blunts, like sitting down right by that spot where Joan of Arc is, that next little part by the top of the French Market. We're all sitting down there, and I look over, and this poor homeless guy's like blue, man, and Glenn says, he's dead. And we all look at each other, Brian, and we light, and then out of nowhere, it's like you see a bunch of flashing lights from the ambulance, police, and then it's like all at once they started coming. We all got up and just walked out.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, it's like, wow, only in New Orleans. And that's when I learned the real meaning of that saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was great. But up until that, man, I mean, now that I'm trying to get back to the city, like, I don't know where we're going to, hopefully we could get out to the Bywater again, and hopefully somebody out there might need, their bar needs a right-hand handyman. But I'm trying to get back out to New Orleans. Ryan Ashmore and Ryan from Mule Skinner, and he used to do vocals in Cydonia and all. He and I have been talking about doing some Godflesh type stuff, which is that's the basis of Shrum right there. Godflesh, Skinny Puppy, believe it or not, Some Dead Can Dance. Audie listened to a very wide range of music, and that was one of them. I guess you could say I come from industrial, like when I started playing.
Yeah, I want to touch on that now you mention it, because ever since we had talked initially, and see, me being from Lafayette and being a year younger than yourself, I always knew the history of you being in Shrum, but I didn't know you were a part of Flesh Parade. I didn't know you was part of Void until I saw you with the Void. So the music, as far as Shrum's concerned, you're saying that Godflesh is really, it's underlying, like that's the root of it.
That's where it came from. Audie was like heavily into Godflesh at that time, and Tommy had, I don't know if Tommy, sorry if I get this wrong, but I don't know if Tommy had hurt himself while working on the barges or some kind of boat job, but he had hurt himself to where he couldn't play drums. He had to lay up for like I want to say a year or something or two, and he's still never been the same from it. But the dude became the programmer for Shrum. Like, he sat there in that bed, and Audie had always had this, like Sammy said in his podcast, on, I don't know if it's on Instagram, but Shrum was meant to be two basses.
Yeah.
And like the drums, Tommy was writing the drums in the background, and I believe it was supposed to evolve onto an electric kit, or like have an electric kit within, because I remember at that time Jimmy Kyle hits joint. No, I hit joint. Jimmy Kyle had integrated pads into his kit, and I knew Tommy had saw that, and it was like, yeah, this is what we could do and triggers and everything, how we could like integrate it into the Shroom set, and he could play everything and still keep on playing keyboards, which he did awesomely in a group called Suffer that he was in with Kelly Pete. Yeah,
and I was listening to it on the way here, just to get my mindset, and that way I could talk about the music and the atmosphere that y'all created. You at a young age, when you're recording these vocals, man, were you like influenced at all by any kind of black metal vocalist growing up?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
I did not.
I didn't, because I just, I figured, because you and I are the same age, essentially, and I didn't find out about black metal till I was honestly 17, something like that.
Tell me about black metal, and you know where my high comes from?
Where's that?
Sammy Dewey.
Really?
Yes. And whenever I first heard "We Are the Dead Next Door" on that first demo, the Hymns of the Needle Freak demo.
Yeah.
It's like Dax had every aspect of Jim Morrison for me. I was like, oh God, I love his voice is like Lane Staley's. It's a very, very recognizable
Right,
voice. Like
yeah.
if you hear somebody try to sing like Lane, you know they're trying to sing like Lane.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with Dax. I mean, that I consider myself one of the first Daxites. Like I was one of them first ones. I was like, I'm gonna sing like him, and I mimicked everything he could do. I'm a great mimic, but as far as my clean voice, I do not like. You know how when you hear Dax talk, you could hear like how he's talking to you as I'm talking to you right now. You can hear that's his singing voice,
Right.
just not pushed out.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm like not no. It like I don't know if I'm self-conscious of it, but it embarrasses me. But like that's beautiful. But I was also trained by a guy named, he's no longer with us now. His name's Mark Sheremy. He sung opera at the Sanger, like was a house singer at the opera for like 20 years. And this guy had a very high-pitched voice. He sounded like Mickey Mouse, literally. Hello, my name's Mark Sheremy. And he went to school with my parents. So he was a teacher, and I was a cocky-ass little kid with a fucking Kiss Destroyer shirt on. And
Great album.
I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Sheremy, because he had the high-pitched voice. Yeah, Scott? What you know about Kiss? I know I used to come as Peter Chris to this school right here whenever I was your age, and I could show you a picture of it in the yearbook. He shows me a picture of him as with Peter Chris makeup on and the same Kiss Destroyer shirt.
Fucking right.
And I was just, oh my God, you're so cool. And then I found out he taught voice, and I found out where he sang from. Well, I heard Jeff Tate. I learned from an opera singer, which was his aunt. And then this is where I went to two schools. I heard Chris Cornell's aunt was a gospel singer and sang. And I was like, all right, well, the way I was figuring this was I believe that American metal comes from two places, classical and the blues. It's like if you listen to it, it's strewn out through everything, technicality, some maybe even a little jazz up in there, but it's all strewn throughout. And I forgot where I was going with that. But as far as like he was teaching me a lot, but I had to learn it in these terms, like bring it down and up. It wasn't none of that. It was like formal. So I trained with this guy like once every 2 weeks for 3 years, and he never seen me play.
Wow.
And he was like, okay, so my first show at Zeppelin's with a band called Chucky from a Severed Masses band called Fatal Portrait. Mm-hmm. We ended up playing for Fatal Portrait and their old ladies, and then Fatal Portrait. Well, they opened up, we watched them, they watched us, and Zeppelin's was done. I think we ended up owing the sound man that night $75. It was fucking great, but it was my introduction. I learned that, okay, number one, there's always going to be a sound man. You need a PA. And number two, you got to pay him. So ask that before. And then after that, Guy and Joey LaRocca felt sorry for me. Whenever it was after the Acid Bath days, obviously, but I had formed DIE, which at the time was Dope Boy and the Infinite Excess. And it's like, hey, Dope Boy, come here, kid. You need a couple of nights to play, kid? I got you on sound. And Guy hooked us up, like paid the sound man out of his pocket just so we could play. A lot of the guys think we paid it, but that's where I think our tab came from. And that was it, man. I mean, like, DIE got me really... DIE taught me a lot. Like, my ex-wife, Angela, and DIE was my point of which, okay, this is how it is in a band. Mm-hmm. Like, this is how it is going from show to show. This is how it is. This is what tour life's about. Flesh Parade really showed me, like, Rene Perez, an example. He's a great guy, but... that dude keeps everything straight in the band. Yeah. He's like, no. You have to have that one dude in the band at all times. Like another great guy that's great with public relations and the business of the band, Ben fucking Fagu. Oh, Ben Fagu, absolutely. Dude, Kyle Thomas also. Yep. Kyle is a Southern gentleman no matter what, man. And I'll never forget, we had played, I think it was the first time Exhorter played, and George Casito played bass with him. And I'm watching him on stage, and George just has his head. He doesn't look like he's fucking playing Maryland Death Fest with Exhorta, and he just looks like, oh, yeah, I'm playing bass right now, and I'm in the crowd, like, throwing him the rod up, like, dude, here's the bird. You're making this look simple, like you're not having fun. Fuck off. And I made him laugh. That's all I wanted to do was make George laugh. But right before Kyle got up, he says, we got some members of the family tonight in the house. Flesh parade for y'all, bro. When we heard them fucking yell, and then got Gary from I Hate God. Fucking, bro, I was just like, you see? That's 3 songs, right?
Yeah.
It was great, man. Like, I had a lot of fun in metal, and it's something I've accepted that it's not going away.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what bro, you said I'll grow that. No, fuck off.
It's not a phase. That is one thing that we talked about on this podcast before, and it's like, how are you gonna grow out of that, son? Right, here I am 42 years later. I mean, just still cranking out metal. Just came back from the motherland of Norway.
Yeah, dude. Mad props on that. I caught the free songs just seeing you. For y'all that don't know, free songs is Goosebumps. We sometimes speak in terms you can't understand us. But yeah, man, I think though now, like, I don't want to go backwards in music, but I want to go back to the old shit that I used to listen to. Like, I have a very wide and diverse variety of. I'm not one of those that's gonna sit here and tell you I listen to everything, because I don't.
Right.
I
don't either.
I mean, I wasn't raised around hip hop or anything. I respect people I respect Wu-Tang for what they do and everything. It's just not my preferred music. I mean, reggae, R&B, blues. That's the music I was raised around. If I would have played hip-hop in the house, my grandpa would have beat the shit out of me. And it's just, that's how it was, man. I mean, when you go down the bayou, I don't know if it's like that down where you from, but once you cross over that intercoastal bridge, bro, you just went through it like at the crest of the bridge. You go through like a 30-year time warp back in time. It's still,
you really do.
It's racism's alive and well, and every form. Like, they don't like anybody, like, if you any type of lifestyle other than a man and a woman, that all God that. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And bro, like, it's like I tell so many of them people down the bayou, there is life beyond the intercoastal north. Go north. But my hometown got hit very, very hard. Like, where I'm from, I haven't been there in like 7 years, I want to say. But Golden Meadow and the Point, and the Point Associates is just an incorporated LA, the end of where I guess you could say the LA 308 is. And it's just a place that was considered kind of lawless, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was a lot of bullshit. Cajuns are some of the most mellow people I know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can be very, very mellow, but damn it, I like to have a good time, too. You know, it's wet and sticky, it falls from the sky. Second coming of Christ.
I should have saw that one coming. Hey-oh!
That was a good one.
You like that?
Yeah. I don't like a traditional clean sound. Like, if I would have had my way and we could have replicated the production that Keith Falgout did in Kill Whitey, I would have wanted to replicate that production in Dirty Sweet.
Yeah.
That just, I'm not going to say I hate it, but hate to say it like this, but more like a record. You know how a record has that good, I love that.
Like the vinyl popping?
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially like when just say you make a mistake and or right on the edge of the record where it leads in. It's just like some records I listen to, I got like this one little, like a little skip on one of them that I can't hear the song without that skip.
Without the skip?
Yeah. Like there's a Hank Williams song, a record that I have on I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. It goes, That means he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I can cry. And it's supposed to go into a violin solo, but it instantly cuts to the like the silence of, and it just trails off. And it's like, wait, motherfucker, you just cheated me. But I listened to it. This must be the radio version.
Shit, yeah. So growing up, I mean, what was some of the first metal like bands that you, aside from all the local stuff that we talked about?
What are we considering metal?
Well, I'm thinking like something that.
Are we like going anything that goes?
Yeah, or like anything that involves distorted guitars, high gain amplifiers. Sabbath, yeah.
It was when I was a kid. My mom had a peach crate full of great records. I mean, Columbia House was a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
And my mom just so happened to, I hope Columbia House don't track her down, but any house that had a rent sign on it in the street, that would be a different person that would get records delivered to them. And that's how my mother and I got my mother got such a killer record collection.
Damn it, I never thought of that till just now.
Oh, man. I went through the complete evolution. I got records from Columbia House.
And BMG?
Yes, definitely BMG, yes. And then what was cool is when the internet first came out, and you can go online and the selection was so much bigger. I believe it or not, got De Mysteries Dom Satanas.
Oh, nice.
Through fucking, I think that one you just said.
BMG.
I was just,
Yeah.
And then our street filled up, and I was like, God damn it. And I could remember my neighbors coming up to me because they knew, like, the kids that I was hanging out with their, it would be funny because I would see, like, Mike Hunt, his BMG or Columbia House, like the little brochure, the pamphlet that you look for your records in. And I'm like, it's like, hey, man, do you know these people? Yeah, I know Mike Hunt. Feeling me cracky, too. Bend over. Yeah, I know all of them dudes. Yeah, they didn't live here long. It was great. But I got a lot of good records through that. So I would say definitely it was first, when I was a kid, I saw Blizzard of Oz when I was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And the cover of it scared the fuck out of me.
Same.
I was like Ozzy holding that cross up with the goat skull in the corner, and he just got this look of death on his face. Yep. And I heard my parents, my mom, although like she was more of one of those witches that listen to Stevie Nicks and smoke a lot of pot.
Yeah.
Didn't get much into it, but I learned a lot from not her in a good. I learned a lot of good from her in a way that she taught me. Like she's the first person that ever uttered the word Aleister Crowley to me.
Right.
So I kind of saw the song Mr. Crowley, and I had no idea the keyboard was on it that sounded that spooky. So when I was like a 3-year-old, I'm like, I want to hear this. So I took the record, I watched how my mom did it, very carefully laid it on there, and I didn't realize I wasn't about to hear I Don't Know. I put it on side 2 and heard Mr. Crowley for the first time. And you hear them keyboards coming in, and I was just, oh my God! Oh my God, Mama, I'm so sorry. Please, it's going to kill me. Don't do that. But this is the same woman, too, that would put me to sleep they would be playing cards and chilling. And they would put me in the front. This was when HBO first came out. And fucking heavy metal, the first one would be playing. So I'm sitting there watching a cartoon with a bunch of big boobs and shit as a kid. I'm just like, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing, but all right, this is appealing.
This feels weird.
Yeah. You told me if I look at those, I would turn to stone and something's definite. Well, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm going to hell. God damn it. Bro, that's some shit what they did to Unknown Hanson, man.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, what the hell? No, wait. That sounded like the most early Kyle of fucking Hank Hill. What the hell?
What the hell?
God damn it. This here bar boy. That's what I wanted to be, man. I wanted to be a fucking voiceover. Okay, but I would have to say first Blizzard of Oz, then probably Holy Diver. which was crazy because, and as a kid, I couldn't make the dissociation that Ozzy sang for Black Sabbath. I'm like, why that guy don't got a mustache and blonde and black hair no more? He's just got blonde hair and he plays on a polka dotted guitar, but he doesn't play like that in Black Sabbath. Yeah, and I like the way he played. Randy Rhoads is my favorite guitar player of all time. I mean, Sammy told me a story about he was hanging out with Zach Wilde, and Zach had the polka dotted V, and Sammy asked him, "Hey, dude, is that what I think it is?" And Zach's like, "Yeah, man, here, check it out." And Sammy said, "Shawz, dude." I'm like, "You was that?" "Yeah, dude, a holy relic." Yeah, man, that would be very honorable. Very honorable to be able to, like, I don't even play guitar.
Yeah.
But, like, to be able to hold that axe in my hand, I would be just like,
yeah.
It's great.
Fucking.
As far as second, I would have to say Holy Diver, and then Machine Head.
Really?
Deep Purple.
Oh, okay.
No.
The album. I was like, whoa.
No, sir. No, I don't think Machine Head was even around at that time.
No.
I had a lot of, like, I was just steeped in music. Like, my family came from that. And another one, though, and this has nothing to do with metal, but Creedence Clearwater Revival Chronicles. That would be my number 3. Because John Fogerty, I think, and when Ben Falgo made this comment, this is what made me start. He said, somebody asked him, "What's some of your favorite singers and songwriters?" He said, "John Fogerty." I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, Ben said that. I'm going to go. Anytime Ben said something, I was paying attention, and I would go back and research it. That dude doesn't know how much he's, like, influenced me, and I thank him for that. We were standing at the GOAT not that long ago, and I just stood there next to him, and me and him didn't say a word. We were just enjoying the band, and then we start talking, and I guess the point of the conversation came to full circle, Scott. It's coming full. Yes, I remember the comment I made. The drummer was throwing, like, down some classic Igor Cavalera beats that impressed the fuck out of me. I'm like, yeah, man, these kids opened up for us, man. I'm like, kids, how old are they? It's like 19, 20 or something like that. I forget, but they were young.
Heraclean?
I believe so. 3-piece?
Yeah.
I believe so. And I think I hung out with one of them boys' dads.
Bobby Wilson.
I believe so, at a couple of shows back in the day. And these kids were fucking tearing it up.
Dude, yes. But I love those boys.
When I saw the fucking, like, the Igor Cavalera influence right there, I told them, like, dude, Igor influence, bro. So I feel totally, yeah, dude, this is great.
Yeah.
Ben tells me, full circle, bro, we getting old. And at that point, I accepted, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Like, right now, if we're getting old, that means that, no, I'm not saying that out loud. That means that, what's Winston, Kurt from Crowbar? They used to have a joke that's the old man, and Kurt would pop up. The old man has got the power. I used to love that shit when they would fuck with each other like that. No, I miss moments like that. Or like once Brian Patton was setting up for a Soylent Green show, man, and this was so great. By the way, my next album, like the Soylent Green demos.
Yeah.
Like all of them together, because I had them recorded on a 90-minute tape to where I could just keep them going. Those, and then I'm going to say, with that blended in, the, what's the fucking name of the first album? Pussy Soul.
Pussy Soul.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Soylent Green, big time. And, well, I mean, it was all on a mixtape too. I had Paralysis there too on there, but that's all, like, Ben has been a heavy fucking influence on me.
I just recently, in fact, yeah, Tony White was at the show at Poor Boys, and I bought one of the Paralysis CDs he had.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, rest the soul, Gordo, whatever I forget what they used to call him, man. But Lil Gotti used to play guitar with him, man. He passed, bro, man. Fly high, brother. Man, goddamn, I have given out a lot of freaking RIPs and shit. So what we are at, man.
I think you had 6.
No, 4.
No, you said Blizzard. You said Machine Head.
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple. Well, okay, well, hold on.
Deep Purple, Machine Head.
Blizzard.
Dios.
Dios.
Holy Diver.
And
The Soylent Green thing. And my sixth
and
one.
and you had Credence.
Yeah,
was the fifth one.
Okay, sorry about that. Well, I'm throwing in a 7, goddammit.
Yeah, honorable mention.
Black Sabbath's Born Again.
Oh, yeah.
Ian Gillan is like I think he's, I love
God tier fucking vocals.
Yeah, Halford at his highs, like that's what I'm aspiring to. I want to do Child in Time live and nail it.
I was recently listening to a podcast just a few days ago. It just got released. It was a Thomas Erickson podcast, and Messiah, Billy from Mayhem and Cockroach Clan, he actually saw Ian Gillan with the Black Sabbath lineup way back when in Norway, and he was like, they did a Smoke on the Water. It was Tony Iommi. Wow. It was that version of Black Sabbath doing Smoke on the Water. He's like, can you imagine how fucking heavy that shit sounded with Tony Iommi playing guitar? I was like, dude.
Yeah.
That gives me goosebumps. Shit.
That throws down, definitely. But, I mean, like them, Dio and like Vanilla Fudge and shit, they had a very, I hate to use this term, but a very incestuous relationship between bands and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't, from the story I hear from Born Again, it's not even, so it wasn't even supposed to be Black Sabbath. Don Arden wanted it. No, we're going to call it Black Sabbath because Tony and Geezer wanted to call it something different.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they did it with the record with them because, man, them highs in the song Born Again.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's a lot could be said for the New Orleans scene right now, too. You know, like there's a lot of different players, a lot of the musicians, like just interchanging bands and starting new bands with friends. And it's I love it. I fucking love it.
It was that way, though, back in the day, too. I mean, like, look at Down.
Yeah,
that's all dudes that basically started out jamming together and still jam together and stayed together. Right? It's kind of a cool testament to how like the longevity of metal and shit. Like as far as the New Orleans scene though goes, like fucking Pussy Rot and Seared and
Brat. With Brat, you got I mean, fucking Henny got like I don't know how many bands now, like 20 fucking bands.
Yeah, Brat, Annie. Yeah, man, I'm very impressed with them cats. Like whenever I got back into the New Orleans scene, I said this to myself. I'm like, all right, where the fuck did it go?
Yeah.
And then fucking Pussy Rock comes out, and I'm gonna say this out loud. It feels very awkward, but I am very flattered that Rob from Pussy Riot cites me as one of his influences, and I love that kid, man. I mean, he throws down, and he's come a long way, and I'm proud of that kid, bro. He's awesome. And fucking Annie and like I always said this, Brent looks like the fucking coon-ass Mick Harris from I think I'm getting this right. Mick played drums, yes.
And Napalm?
Yeah, Napalm.
Yeah.
That's the cool-ass Mick Harris.
Yeah.
Like the way even his facial expressions, fucking Rob and all, and then Annie's just, like you said, all over the place, man.
Dude, I mean...
But look, they at that age, man, look at us now.
Yeah.
When we were at that age, we were all over the place. Let's go to this, let's go to this show, let's go to this show, let's go to this one. These guys are just focusing it in on bands and putting in the work. Like also Torture Garden. Or if you're from certain places, Torture Garden over there. And they fucking great. I love like Emily on them vocals. I mean, she's pissed the fuck off.
Yeah. Yes.
I gotta say this, and I don't say this in a negative way. To see that much rage come out of such a little body, and then, dude, she backs it up.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. I love seeing females do that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like, I love the fact that the ladies are one-upping Joan Jett and stuff. Like, okay, Joan did this. How do we make it heavier than... Well, Joan made it this way. L7 made it this way. How do we one up L7?
Yeah.
And, that was big. I love girls in metal. I love it.
Oh, yeah, you can't help
it. For some... Who's a good example? Angela Gosso, I think her name is. Used to be
Arch Enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when she... Oh God, yes, ma'am. I'm sitting down.
Have you heard of the Danish black metal band Asagram?
No, but we are looking up this after this podcast.
It's a completely female black metal band, and they have members from Denmark and Norway.
Fucking right.
And one of their musicians, I want to say it was their rhythm guitar player, couldn't make their Latin America tour, so they employed one of the guys out there. But man, I mean, it's like they didn't skip a beat. I mean, they sound fucking ferocious. And I was actually able to stand alongside the lead vocalist while watching Whoredom Rife together in Inferno, and I was just like, couldn't help myself, like, you're amazing. Just when you know. And she was like, thank you, and just continued on Whoredom Rife. Just
yes, I am watching the band.
yes. It's like, leave me the fuck alone, American.
Goddamn American. Hey, but that's one thing also too I love about Europe. I mean, from what I see, I've never been, so I obviously don't know if it's true, but they love metal.
They do.
No other. They love hair metal. They love black metal. If you can put metal to it, we will do it. We have Austrian metal for Arnold. That is right. Austrian death machine. That is correct. Hear me now, believe me later. Sure. Move. What are we gonna do, bro? We getting old.
Well, might be getting old, but we're getting good at it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I like to think I'm aging like wine and not milk.
Fat and curdled.
That's right.
And stinky.
That's right. A little bit. My ass looks like regatta cheese, woman. You got to help me, woman. It hurts. I love the Jerky Boys. We used to listen to a lot of that in the fucking thing. And you know what I miss? Crank Yankers.
Oh, I love
Yay! Hey, Mo. What you doing, lady? Hey.
And,
yay.
You know, and look, I'm not the biggest fan of Dane Cook, the comedian, but Dane Cook, the voiceover of Crank Yankers, was fucking solid gold.
I don't remember it.
Oh, he had the game show. It was like let's like
Who's got the junk?
Yes.
Who's got the junk? Yeah, banger in the news or something like that. Yeah. Bro, we gotta do something like that.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, dude.
Dude, I could do we'll do like what would they call Walton and Johnson? Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm Billy Eddie. Yeah, yo, motherfucker, what you talking about? Willis, I'm gonna kill him. Why it's gotta be like that, Scott? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was born this way. I'm sorry, but y'all gotta understand. I love everything.
I like to give voiceovers to my dogs. Like out of like shits and gigs, I'll just do it. Like my oldest dog, Radar. He's definitely
shut the fuck up. His name's Radar.
Yes.
One of the few names you could spell forwards and backwards.
That's right. That's Radar. Right. Now Radar. People are like, oh, well, why you name him Radar? Because he always finds something to shoot. No, it's because Sesame Street. Like fucking my love for Jim Henson goes way back. Big Bird. The biggest misconception about Big Bird, for those who don't know, was that his best friend was Snuffy. I say bullshit.
Huh?
That's right. Snuffy was not Big Bird's best friend.
Snuffy was too depressed, bro.
Exactly. Big Bird had a stuffed animal, a little teddy bear by the name of Radar. That was his best friend. That was his best friend. Man's best friend, Radar. Boom.
Yes.
Shout out to my dog.
I had a good friend, man, Ernest Lejeune. He's from out over there, like near Eunice, and he used to work with me, and he was head of the warehouse where I was doing receiving at, and he brings in a dog one day. I'm like, bro, what's your dog's name? Dags. I'm like,
Dags.
What? I like Dags.
I like Dag.
Oh, you like Dags? Yeah.
Like Snatch, dude.
Yeah,
love it.
He didn't think I know what he's talking about, and I love that fucking movie.
Love that movie.
I walked into a restaurant. One of my good friends, Christopher Street, man, he walks in, and I guess it was one of them things where he didn't think I knew what it is. Heavy Cardi. I looked at him. Petty
Big Blue.
Yeah. He looks at me. And a pair of their shoes. And we became best friends after that. It was fucking great.
Why don't you get up so you still got the legs to carry you?
Of course I know what I'm doing. Tyrone's a natural.
Yeah, natural fucking idiot.
You know, if you reverse, things
come from behind you.
Tyrone. And then it's crazy. You see your boy that says he's a natural.
Yeah.
He's in The Walking Dead for God knows how
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
It's like, I can't unsee the English accent.
You
bro.
can't. You can't. Yeah.
It's great.
Tyrone, what have you done? Yeah, Tyrone, what have you done?
Stop drooling on my face. Be wary of a man with a pig farm. I'll run another one that's constantly fucking quoted, and I love it. Michelle Hanks from Spitfire.
Yeah.
Said that, like, once somebody makes one of these comments, that's like your opinion, man.
The fucking dude. That's it.
The
Big Lebowski.
Vladimir Ilyich
Ulyanov. Damn it! Am I the only one who gives a shit about the fucking rules?
This has nothing to do with noms. Well, not a literal.
Not nom in a literal sense. No, Walter, can you just face it? You're a fucking asshole.
Are you gonna be at practice? I fucking love that shit. But bro, you don't see him lose his shit.
No, you don't.
Until somebody goes to fuck with Donnie.
Exactly.
You see him come that. Nah, fuck you. Yeah, his girlfriend cut off a toe. Love fucking Flea for that too. I will fuck you. I will fuck you.
I'll fuck you.
That was great.
That was some good shit. And me being a child of the 80s, just like you are, I mean, dude, like, Spaceballs got some of the best fucking one-liners.
What is that coming out of her nose? Baseballs. Oh shit. There goes the neighborhood. I know you are attracted to men with a helmet and money and power. Lord Helmet. Oh, what? Bro, that movie is...
Oh, like, dude. It's so good.
It is.
It's the best.
President Strew. What the hell is going on?
Hail Scrooge.
I love the cans of air too, bro. Mel
Oh
Brooks
God,
is
yes.
fucking great.
Oh man, he was so ahead of his time.
Eddie Murphy too for me, bro.
Yes.
Like that. I got my eye, bro.
I got my eye.
That was beat long before, and Richard Pryor too, bro.
Oh man,
I love that joke that Eddie Murphy does whenever Eddie Murphy talks to Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, because it's like people tell you.
I would like to talk to you about the things that you say on your show. Now, my son Ian come up to me and says, Dad, I need some money to go and see the Eddie Murphy joke. I need some money for a ticket. And I say to him, child, because I do not handle the money in the
My
home.
wife, Camille.
I say, Camille. Exactly. To get the money for the child to go see the ticket. Well, he comes home the next day and he has this distraught look on his face. And I said, Enos, what did he say? He said, Daddy, come out and say these things. He said, like what? He said, hey, I don't know, fuck you, suck my dick, suck it. So this is why I'm calling you. And then, so I called up Richard Pryor. And I'm like, Richard, I told him the same story. And he's like, Bill told that to you? You tell him I said have a Coke in the snout. Shut the fuck up. I love that shit. Oh, and yet the ever famous, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to strike a lighter and it's going to be lit. What's this, Mo? Richard Pryor running down the street. Hey, bro. Hey, and that's a funny story, too, right there. Because he was freebasing cocaine in the back of a car and accidentally caught himself on fire. Well, let's fast forward to Scott first working in a vape shop.
Oh, wow.
I never seen a dab rig in my entire life. Uh-huh. And I look up at that shit, and I'm like, I look at the owner, stoned face, serious. Bro, you got free base rigs up in here? And he fucking looks at me, he's, God damn, dude, you need to get up from the intercoastal. I was like, I love you, Chad. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's good shit.
That dude's a good friend of mine, Chad from Calhoun Trading. He's a great friend of mine, and they got a lot of good stuff over there. I'm not trying to do some kind of plug or anything.
Yeah.
Like that dude's straight up, and he'll try. If you want to get off cigarettes, go over there. He'll try to help you in any way possible. Get off there, and he has the widest selection of Kratom. Like I'm a big user of Kratom because I like, if I'm gonna put shit in my body, I want it to be natural, and I try to at least now. I'm not going to say I haven't done that all my life because I'm a human filter. Yeah. But I'm trying. It's amazing how after you get all the piss and vinegar out and you still got that reserve left that you use for defenses, that how everything, like, I've worked at a bar so long now that it doesn't appeal for me to go drink at one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even really... I mean, I'll drink every now and then, but I'm trying, like I said, I was trying to, there's this group I want to try out for, not mentioning no names, real good group of guys. And whether I make it or not, I'm going to try to, like, continue I got about the song halfway finished, written vocally the way I would write it. Yeah. And if I get the opportunity to go try it, I'll at least, I won't be a guy that's going to sit there and, okay, let me come back. No, I'll be able to spit something. I'm not a traditional vocalist that can sit there and freestyle.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to hear the riff over and over again, and you got to bless Sarah's heart for this. Whenever I write, the way my writing style is I'll start out with a vocal pattern in my head, just and sit there and like, the blue chair is right over there. And that's where I'm just hypothetical.
Yeah.
But that's where I'll start with. It's very easy for me to either write a single verse, a single subject song, or to write a conceptual album. I'm obsessed with dystopian society. Like, I want to know what the hell's going to happen after the shit hits the fan. Like, is it really we're going to have the assless chaps, mohawks, and be cruising around, like, going to Thunderdome on pig shit?
Man, I hope not. Because I don't look good in assless chaps.
I look great in assless chaps.
I'll take your word for that.
Okay, please do. What the fuck? I love that thing. What the fuck? God, you got to get this one, man. God damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Man, that ain't no Bobby, man. I don't know what's wrong. That's my purse. It's the single greatest thing on earth, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell you saying, Dale? Nothing.
It's like butter.
It's like butter. Oh, God. Wait, it's like butter. A big old stick of butter.
It's butter.
I'm gonna, like, in Bon Ton, I have a cartoon bit, like I was saying earlier, based off of Squidbillies, and all my voices are based off of actual people. I know. Yeah. Well, I have one named Merle. He's a conglomerate of every redneck that's ever pulled time on like a 28 and 14 on a boat.
Oh shit!
Like the first 7 days. Hey man, what's it, man? How y'all doing? My name Merle, man, and it's not. I never met one of these deckhands named Merle. This is just the name I gave to him. I haven't decided which animal is going to represent him.
That dude sounds like a guy straight out from my last. I used to work safety for Chevron.
I'm sorry.
and my relief sound just like Merle.
You goddamn right, man. I love America, man. And Merle, but this is the beauty of it. Merle comes in straight up redneck on the first week of Hitch.
Yeah.
In the second week of Hitch, he starts doing things like, hey, man, come on, set var. What the fuck did you just say to me? Don't ever do that again. Man, I'm speaking your language. I speak your shit better than you do, man. Come on, set var. Hey, Valabar. Do what? Valabar.
Are you trying to say Valamad?
Dude, do you want to, look, do you see the sharks below the rig? Do you want to sleep with them? Hell no, man. Arrête ça, man. Arrête? What the fuck? Excuse me. My favorite one is, man, them women got them nice tatons. Tatons?
See, I never heard. See, I had my buddy Kyle who worked with me on. He worked overnights. No, he was a day guy. Sorry, I was an overnight guy. And he was like, man, I tell you what, man, fucking, like, they just end every story with Roll Tide. And I was like, okay, he's from Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, and that, and he's like, man, I tell you what. Every time it was, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you.
That
tears it. I mean, I don't know why I'm stuck on the Hank Hill thing. I do it a lot. And, yeah. And I do it. So, God, Scott, shut up. Yeah, by the way, for y'all that don't know, my name is Sammy Pierre Douay, for real. That's it. There's no joke.
No joke.
No joke.
I was waiting for the punchline.
That's my real name. You see, Sammy's real name is Scott James Leger Jr., and we both like separate. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this, though.
No?
I'm uncomfortable right now.
Oh, shit. Well, on that note, man, I think we hit everything that we need to hit on so far.
No,
be out on the lookout for me and Scott's voiceover cartoon. That's coming into the near future.
Son of a bitch. Wait, you ever notice how Hank Hill doesn't curse at all?
No.
But once you piss him off to a certain degree, that tears it. I'm going to kick your ass. It's fucking great.
It is.
But look, man, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed the
Oh,
fish,
dude, I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know if did we mention it on the top of the podcast, but fucking Scott made the best deep fried fucking red snapper I've ever had in my life.
Not the chick from Golden Matter.
No, not
just
the,
to
no,
repeat.
just
not the red snapper from Golden. Never mind.
No, this is a family-oriented show, Scott.
I'm sorry.
It's not true.
That little son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch.
Hey, boy, behave. Get out that room. Wait when I get off that radio. Hey, yeah. Look, man, thank you. And look, be safe going home, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's been great.
Yes, man. Thanks again, y'all.
Over.
All right. And we out.